Hello, everybody.
Hello, folks. It's the pair of us again. I mean, this is basically his show as much as I'm mine at this point. So we are back, still a little disappointed about our win and defeat in the Europa League, but we did well. We did very well. What we're going to do, we're skipping the taste test today because I haven't had a chance to go and get something. The usual thing, I've recorded already this time the bits in the middle, so hopefully this won't be as long.
Test.
What?
No taste test.
No taste test, unless you want to go and taste test some of your chocolate from up above. Do you want to go and get your chocolate egg?
Yes.
Go get your chocolate egg. Taste test of stuff we already know by number 41. He is not a number, he is a free man. Anyway. Yeah, words today, and we have what else am I talking about? Talking about Mariehamn, because it's an interesting place. It's an island in the Åland Islands. You'll hear more about that in a little bit. We'll be playing a game. I know, conventional, but still, against Mariehamn. As you can see, the crest here is, as usual, nothing like the real one, but there is a castle in Turku, and Mariehamn is a port, so that makes sense. That works out perfectly. First against second, let's have a look at that table. We drew our in-between game. I can't even remember who it was against at this point. Was it SJK? I'll look it up in a minute. Oh no, it was VPS. We should have, or it was either VPS or Coops. We should have won, but we didn't really deserve it. But now we're 2 points behind, which is interesting because it means that a win and we're ahead. So we live in hope. Meanwhile, that undefeated run in the league has gone on to an incredible length. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong thing. Schedule is what I want. There we go. Thank you. Oh, go. Did Mommy give you that? Close the door. You weren't born in a barn. If you had been, you'd know to close the door. Folks, don't pay any attention to that old hackneyed phrase. People who were born in barns know that you need to keep it warm in there. So, taste some chocolate.
So, this little piece of it.
Okay, so we're going to take it for granted as read that you like chocolate, okay?
I like chocolate.
So we're not going to have to taste test every little piece. There's the last one. Coops it was. Bloody Coops. Goal up really early from Helmke. Then moments before half time they score, and they just kind of closed the shop. A lot of players didn't play great. Timu, not great. Other Timo, not great. Willie Oman, not great. So you can see Markula, Mansali, Sheriff coming on. It was a very disappointing performance, simply put. Onduku played okay, but we're going to do a bit of a change up. We have this is the remainder of our fixtures. One more lousy TV game, one, and we're away, so it's not worth a curse to us. We've had a grand total of 1.
And we're playing against that team. We got
2.
draws.
Thank you for the information. 3. It'll be 4 lousy televised games all season. One of them at home. One of them worth. Oh no, sorry. Only one of them worth money. That's pretty lousy. That said, looking at the finances, that looks pretty lousy too. 402 in the hole. Sorry, 175,000 of a deficit. Wait, are we an overall balance of 402? Oh yeah, that's since we started. So we're 175,000 in deficit. However, as you can see, the profit losses, income and expenditure. Income of this month today is 439. We made more than that in the Europa League between the jigs and the reels. So still to come in, we have the bulk of 540,000
money.
So you can see 780,000 from the Europa League. That's decent money. Gate receipts, can't segregate them out, but decent gate receipts from the Europa League.
And the
TV
other
revenue
chocolate was good.
not great. I mean, we're getting sort of a stipend, and that's about it. We didn't get anything from the Europa League, which is also disappointing. But you know, we're trundling away. 793,000 in this month in theory. I mean, it doesn't show on this yet, but that's including the money that presumably hasn't been lodged with us yet. Expenditure, we're averaging about 240,000 a month since April. About that. So these games were necessary, but were they enough? Maybe, maybe not. We're potentially in debt. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Hello, folks. I'm back again. This time ahead of the thing you've already recorded. So it's me looking at you from the past, sort of. So we were playing Mariehamn. It should be a good game. I don't know. It's the top two teams in the league. If we win, I think we go top. Anyway, the main thing to note is let's talk about Mariehamn. Let's talk about more numbers, and let's talk about the Åland Islands. We'll start with the numbers because that's the easy bit, I suppose. The next series of numbers, we'll start with VC, which is 5. VC, straightforward enough. Kuusi is 6. You'll never guess what's next. Seitsemän. Seitsemän is clearly and obviously and easily 7. Kahdeksan. Kahdeksan is 8. Yhdeksän is 9. And Kymmenen is 10. So that's Viisi, Kuusi, Seitsemän, Kahdeksan, Yhdeksän, and Kymmenen. Straightforward? Viisi, Kuusi, Seitsemän, Kahdeksan, Yhdeksän, and Kymmenen. So then now you can count to 10. So like once in a blue moon, you might get to, in footballing terms, you might get to see Kymmenen. But you know, Yhdeksän does show up, and that's why we're going to jump to IFK Mariehamn. So IFK, that generally denotes one thing when you are playing football in Finland. It's a predominantly Swedish club. So IFK Åbo, Redmond's team, predominantly Swedish speaking. Their end of game or end of training chant is in Swedish. Don't ask me to remember how to say it. I'll record it one of these days when I'm talking about Åbo again. HIFK in Helsinki is Helsingfors IFK, and I think that's Idrotts Football Club. Idrotts is basically sports, so it's a sports and football club. It's really typical and common to see, and that leads on to a thing about the islands, and why most of what I've been teaching you in the word is useless there. They're mostly Swedish speaking. Here, have a look at a map. You can see the biggest island of these islands is kind of about halfway between Finland and Sweden. It was a line of demarcation that was made when I think Finland was handed over to the Russians in the 1809s. There's one tiny little island I'm not even going to bother to show called Market or Murket or something like that. And it's kind of the only land-bound border that the Åland Islands have with Sweden. And like the island isn't 500 meters long. It's a tiny, tiny island, but it shares a land border with Sweden. It's completely uninhabited. And in fact, it's not even called an island, it's called a skerry. Don't know what that means. But between islands and skerries, there are over 6,500 of these in the Åland archipelago. And they speak mostly Swedish there. They're somewhat isolated to a degree. There are ferries that go to Stockholm and stop there on the way. I was really hoping we might get a chance to go on one of them, but you know, it just looks like it's not going to transpire this time round. They constitute less than 0.5% of the landmass of Finland, even though it does cover quite an area, and it covers almost just about 0.5% of the population as well. Most of them live on the big island. Here's a look at the big island. It's all skew-ways and tangled, isn't it? it's, you know, hard to say. I think it's the result of a lot of glaciation, basically. Water's rising and the likes of that. The name comes from Proto-Norse, no less. It means land of water. Now, we'll be talking about IFK later. Sorry, I got sidetracked onto the actual the place itself. It's pretty unique. There have been people living here since maybe 7,000 years ago. There's Viking stuff there. There's this kind of odd little in-between. And as such, it kind of falls between the what would you call it? Between the multiple stools. Mariehamn is, of course, its largest city. It's the capital of the islands. It's about 11,600, something like that, which is nearly 3 times bigger than the next biggest, which is Jamala, Finstrom. There's like a port. The main port is at Mariehamn, and the other one is Langnes, I think, which doesn't even show up. It doesn't have any kind of a size of a population according to Wikipedia, because you know, you want to trust Wikipedia. It's kind of like the entry port to the Gulf of Bothnia, which is the big gulf between Finland and Sweden. Technically, it'd be a very significant and strategic place. But the problem is there's just so many islands there, and it stretches all the way over to Finland, that it's bloody difficult to try and defend that. You know what I mean? And it also sort of extends into the Turku archipelago, or the Oboland, as they call it. As for the club, so they were founded, as you can see on the crest, in 1919. Good year to be founded, I'm sure. It's an independent country. They don't have to deal with Russia anymore. And they're kind of in this weird in-between place. So you're thinking they're going to go into the league straight off. Nope! They do not show up. Well, they don't have a football department until the mid-30s. And then they only actually start playing in leagues in about 1945. So they mostly played on the islands. I'm presuming they're kind of one of those clubs that had a branch in every little town. And any football team that there was really them. And they played against themselves. Apparently they did play against Finnish or Swedish teams occasionally. So they did nothing for years. In fact, they were only a couple of times in the Ykkönen, which is the first division, i.e. the second tier, because that's not confusing. But in 2003, after a long time in the Kakkonen, which is the second division, they got promotion through the playoffs into the Ykkönen. They finished second in whatever their division was, the South Group. Then they got playoff promotion straight away again into the VEIKKAUSLIIGA. And they nearly got relegated. They finished 12th that first season, but they stayed up. And since then, they finished 12th 3 times and 10th once. But they've always been sort of like 4, 5, 6, in around that way. They finished 7th once. Did they even finish 8th? No. They never really finished better than 4th, except 1 year. So in 2015, they won the cup, which is a major thing. It's one of the... I don't think there's any hockey teams on the Ålands, and I certainly don't think there's been any other football team of note on them. They win the cup in 2015. Then 2016, the miracle is extended and they win the league, which is amazing. 2015, they finished 6th. 2017, they finished 5th. But in 2016... they came first, which is stunning and sensational. They finished 10th last season, and let me look up for a second. Currently, they're 4th, played 3 games, and they've won 2 of them, lost the other one. So they're a team that's kind of solid. They're not particularly spectacular. I mean, the teams they've beaten so far are Rups, and they beat Honka, and they lost to HJK, which is kind of to be expected. So 3 games into the season, they're doing okay. They won in the cup, so they're in the cup semis. I can't remember who they're playing. They're a good, solid team. European history. That's not so good. they've been there 3 times. They've played Inter Baku from, I presume, Azerbaijan. They've played Odds BK from Norway, and they've played Legia Warsaw. So they've never won a game. They've drawn twice. They drew away against Baku and home against Odds. They lost 2-0 at home and 2-0 away to Odds and Baku. So they went out of the 2 Europa League games at the first round on a score of 3-1 on aggregate. Then in 2017-18, they got to play in the Champions League, and they went straight into the second round, which is a little bit, ooh, you ready for that? And it was very much a case of, ooh, are you ready for that? Because Legia Warsaw won 3-0 in the Åland Islands. Legia is not too far away. And 6-0 in Warsaw. So it was 9-0 on aggregate, which, can you remember, folks? Can you remember the number? Yes, it'd be Udeksan 0 on aggregate. 9-0 on aggregate. So, I mean, I think the way they're playing, I think they were set according to whatever they're called, or Hailu's VEIKKAUSLIIGA special. Redmond has done something with it. I can't find it. He loves his football magazines, especially if they're actually meant to be mine. I think they're meant to finish about 2 places above us. So I think that's 5th, 4th, somewhere around that level. So that's a bit on Mariehamn. To round up very quickly, hang on. How much time have I eaten? I've eaten a ton. Very quickly, Mariehamn are back in action on Thursday. Same time, same night as, tonight I suppose. Same night as Inter are playing Honka. They're playing KPV away. I'll keep you abreast of what they're doing when I do a proper league roundup next week. The other thing to note, I was going to do a league roundup. I'll do that next time. The other big thing to note is that the Ukkonen starts this weekend. TPS go into action. Haka, TPV, all these teams going into action. Back to the game. We need to beat Mariehamn. Come on! Squad-wise, shift... Oh, jeez, please don't elbow me. Bringing in Väikkalainen. He hasn't played for a while. He's never been terribly great or terribly bad. But we need to give Timo a break. He's not been great. On Dooku, arguably unlucky that he's not starting instead of Shalman. Kuningas brought in because it's Kuningas. What I have done, which is a bit saucy, is I brought in one of our under-16s. One of our youth candidates, our in-house guys. That's a great potential ability, and it's a great current ability. If you look, 19 in determination. That does a lot for me. Crossing and dribbling are good. Pace and acceleration, not great. He's a work in process. A work in progress, even. Otherwise, nothing revolutionary. Usual back 4 kind of thing with Hoskonen. Nyman as the anchor. Helmke and Guevara as opposed to Mikitalo and Guevara. Mikitalo might come on, but Helmke was really good in the last game. Guevara's uniformly excellent. Shalman, Kuningas and Sheriff at the moment. So let's crack on. The other game on tonight is TPS against Ilves, which really matters nothing to us. It's 9th against 10th. Oh, you big tease. Showing us this. Who was it I played?
That's going to be tomorrow.
Yeah, Dynamo playing Viitorul. I expect Dynamo to steamroller them, to be honest with you. Could have done with that money. But anyway, team selection. It's really only subs that I'm concerned about. I'm happy with my first team. Or the first team for this. Montila may be unlucky not to be in it. Makatalo definitely unlucky not to be in it. Arguably, any of these boys should be there. Need to get more games for Katanen, but you know, we're chasing a league, so we've done very well this season. Furon gets a rest, Onduku gets a rest, and we're at home. Let's go. We'll start balance because that's what the players wanted. We'll play to their strengths. 3 substitutes outside. Ooh, we need to give us a new squad number. Oops, a daisy. What number will we give him? What's available? Well, if there's nothing in the first 20, let's go for 41, Redmond.
Yeah.
He's a young player and he's a winger. 32 players in the current squad. Okay. Most of them have played at least once for us.
Let's go 41. I'm number 41 today too. Look.
You are, I know. So, not lost to Mariehamn in the 3 meetings. I don't think we've won though.
Oh, those are the 2 ball man.
Coningus created 8 goals in 26 games.
Is him
Silverholt. He is the key man. Except here's the thing. We're always seeing Silverholt scoring. He scored 9 goals, but he's only started 8 games. This guy started 24. He's scored 9 as well. And he's got most assists too. So there's a couple. There's a pair of them in it, as we say. Shalman and Narkula on yellow cards. Sheriff and Coningus are top scorers.
They all only have 1 yellow card.
They've got 8 goals, 8 assists. I didn't realise he had that many assists as well. Guevara's scored a lot more than he's assisted. Most of our players have scored more than they have assisted, which I think is interesting. Let's see if these boys. 7 assists for 1 goal, 2 assists for 3. Even he's got 3 goals. Yeah, assists isn't really something we do. Anyway, onwards. Opposition instructions. Ooh, look at this. Weaker side. I swear, if these are all weaker side, I will not be happy. Weaker side. Weaker side. Weaker side. Please go in hard. Go in hard. Ah, weaker side. Wouldn't that give you the ire? So left. Oh, that's why he's doing so well. Left. Oh. Right. 2 left-footed strikers, and your left-footed winger is right-footed. Right only. Left. We need to keep an eye on him. Excuse me. Okay, so put his right foot. Right. Oh God, I should be putting all these left. I'm a fool. A beautiful, beautiful fool. Let's get this. Redmond, please stop throwing rubbish on the ground. Can you go and pick it up, please? Ow. Right, and... Right, get that. Don't know why he always feels the need to make tiny balls and then throw the rubbish around. Now, leave your rubbish there, okay? Oh, God, the weight of you. Mr. Lump.
Mr. Lump,
that would be you. So let's close down their wingers as well as marking them. Sid has been a handy player for them as far as I can tell. There we go. And we'll go in, mark or press hard on their key strikers. 9 goals each is a very good return. Right only. Bottom strike from left. Okay, doke. Excuse me.
Take that.
I'm just going to. I mean, look at the sort of the averages there. Right-footed, and he is right-footed. Stop playing with that thing, just in case they get subbed on and I miss it. Okay, feedback. Nothing really to stand out. Tactics we've done. Team talk. We should try to encourage them. Let's go.
Done?
We will top the table, so go out and impress me. 1 player. Guevara, him and Mansali are my men of the season. A lot more to come from you, I believe you've got it. Okay, that's a bit better. A lot more to come from you, I believe you got it. That's a lot better. And Sheriff. Let's see what my options are. I think there's a lot more to come from you. Okay. So we got more good than bad. Only 4 of the 11. Please relax. Are upset. Or indifferent, we'll say. End team talk. Oh, we have a tunnel chat. They look inspired and ready for the game. I'll be the judge of that. The Red Chiefs caused the star I've left him out. Oh god. I don't think he's been at his best. Okay, here we go. Here in the 4-4-2. Come on lads, let's turn this down a bit. I never can remember if it's the 20s or the 30s. I normally have it. It's normally the 20s. Excuse me.
Oh, good header. Wow, that
Man,
pass
Sally, you
heading.
know it's a good header. Okay, that looks good. All 6-8s. Hold on like this, lads, and then score 3 goals sometime. So they've had a shot on target. Oh god, a corner. Oh god. Great save, and nobody reacted. That's not what we want to start with. See, we've not been playing great. We got a very good result against Dinamo, but not the result we needed. So there's demoralisation going on here. If we don't improve greatly, I'm concerned that morale will drop and points will drop too. There's probably more Mariehamn supporters in here. Oh, good. Ningus. Oh, that's a nice ball. Shalman second by the cherry. Yes! That's like they scored a goal and then we repeated that goal. Replicated it to a degree. You know, 2 bites of the cherry for the goal. That's practically from kickoff as well. Okay. While we're watching that, I'll just tell him to concentrate.
Yeah.
I'm glad Shalman gets the goal. He repays my faith in putting him back in. Better not get a card now. Yeah, I would imagine there's like, is there even a minute between 4:37, 5:33, less than a minute. And they look shakier. Petrovic is not looking good. Pardon me a second, folks. Let me just put the pressure on Petrovic. Where's Petrovic? Let's just a bit harder. Go a bit alwayser. And see if we can, you know, crowbar that fella. Crowbar to Sheriff. Be nice to see a striker score. Go on, man, Sally. Ball. Oh, after Shalman. No, it's too far. It's too far. Too much. Too young.
Too young.
We're meant to leave the highlight now. Oh, I don't like this. And start from the very back. Build our way forward and score. Oh no, seemingly not. That was a kind of pointless highlight. Right now, I'll take it for a little bit until we regroup.
It's like
Petrovic
repeat
has
what
not
they
improved.
had.
Yeah. Free kick. Kuningas has been very good in his free kicks of late. Oh, good save. Good catch out of the air for Levchenko.
Levchenko? Who?
Yeah, he's the goalkeeper for them. No. Oh God, look, how many players do we have?
Phew.
I left Kaponen in because he's been moaning about not being in the squad, and honest to God. So we've had 2 shots on target, they've had 4. We've both managed to get all our attempts on target. They've had more possession of the ball. We've used the centre more than we've only had like 5 attacks, I think. Oh, please don't make that mistake. Hoskinen back in the squad, back in the side. I'm glad to see it. In these 2 games, I think he's having a rest.
Yeah.
Go on, Sheriff. Go on, Sheriff. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. One of these days, this will pay off. Well, you have to push.
Are they all like two?
I mean, it's real life. We win the header off the long. Oh, God. Oh, why are we all on one side? How can we defend against that? If we're all on one side, how can we defend? I'm going to have a look at the... I mean, look at that. How much space did he have? That's not acceptable. It's not like we're in the... I'm sorry, I'm going to have a look at this. Wonder what that's about. Out of possession. We're narrow. It's normally not a problem. I'll go to standard on that. That's no excuse for being all over the shop. Let's try shoot on sight and give Levchenko a little bit of work. We'll play for set pieces a bit as well. Okay, and confirm that. And play on. Free kick given to them. Back. Will you lie back a bit so I can actually see the screen instead of your big head? Helm gets a yellow card. Fantastic. Don't think that's going to rule him out of anything. That looked like that was badly off target. Thank you. You can leave it alone. I think I can do this while we're dabbling. Let's make it more direct. No, I'm doing an awful lot of tinkering, which I don't like to do. Well, I do kind of like to do that. But we just don't seem to there. It changes to we're heading it straight back to them. We're not retaining, you know, we can't do much with the ball when we don't have the ball.
That was nearly an own goal.
I think it was a long way from it. There we go. That's a bit better. Now Guevara. Oh, Guevara. Pass it, 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 pass it. Okay, good. Ah, man, Sally. Get back. Are we all on one side? We're all on one side. Oh, we deserved to concede that. That was not good. You know, Petrovic is playing poorly. Silverholt, that won't help. But look at our lads. Mansali's playing poorly. Redmond, please. Helmke's playing poorly. Guevara's not playing well. They're all playing very poorly. I know we're 2-1 down at home, but you know, somebody has to take the role of leader.
Home? This is home?
Yeah, this is a home game, Redmond. Mansali. Yeah, I'm not going to quick sub him. Oh, I'll be subbing him at the half though. 2 minutes of injury time. Can't roll it out. So 2-1 down at half time. We probably should be more. We've not been very good, have we? Struggled for possession in the opposition half. Poor conversion of final third entries to shots, but good shots to touches ratio in the penalty area. However, that ratio is probably, we've had 6 shots. Oh no, we've had 3 shots and probably 5 touches. Levchenko is dubious. Let's focus on Levchenko. Updates. Yeah, I mean, 5 points of a gap the way they're playing is going to be insuperable. That's the reality.
Oh, TBS against Cubes.
Again, Ilves, Redmond.
Ilves. We're still 0-0.
Yeah. So we've had 2 clear-cut chances. They've had 2 clear-cut chances. They've scored 2 of them. We've had no long shots. That's unusual. There's a massing in the defence there. I think we're going to have to get around it. 40% possession. 1 yellow card. We've run more than them. They're definitely playing better than us. There's no question there. Yeah. Petrovic is an issue. Silverholt's an issue. That's good news. But, you know, they've already scored 2. But we've got 2 players on 6.3. 1 player on 6.4. And 1, 2, 3, 4 players on 6.5. And they're all our defensive players. Our best defender is the goalkeeper. Our next best defenders were not on their side of the pitch when the goals were scored. Let's call them out on that.
You didn't change it?
We're going to have to, Redmond. I don't know what to yet. Analysis. Analysis. You guys are playing terribly. Good analysis. Marcool is not playing great either. None of them are really playing anyway. Great gangbusters.
Oh, it's noon. It's noon dead.
It's noon?
Yeah.
How?
Because I used to see lots of orange, and now it's noon.
Oh, we'll go in strong. What are you doing? That's enough. Let's focus on the game. Kitten is doing the damage.
Kitten, he's like a little.
Oh God. You're like a little pain at the moment. Okay. So we've got influential players, we've got team leaders. Okay, disappointing. I'm going to go assert on these guys. Anybody I need to talk to in person? Coningus.
Losidos.
Nope, not interested. Hand over to the assistant. Shalman looked fired up. Guevara, I appreciate the effort. Appreciate the effort. Appreciate the effort. Okay, so they're Redmond. They're getting their act together. I need to take off Mansali. Or Helmke. I'm going to take off Helmke.
The green man, the green man. They're all green. Oh. Yes, we can bring these better. Supporters.
Okay, that might be a bit more useful. Gonna change our actions again, and we're gonna focus on working into the box.
Okay, working in the box.
Out of position. Let's get rid of that stay on that feet. Malarkey.
But after like one of the defenders run past him, and then there's like a little corner there on the starting end, they go past them, and then after the goalkeeper's right there and he scores for starting 3-0. 3-1.
Change sheriff to poacher, seeing as we're working it into the box. Okay, that's enough of that. Oh yeah, team talk for Nikitalo.
Because
okay, he's happy.
Why is he happy?
Seems that Coningus is happy now.
Coningus?
Not sure why. End team talk. Leave those. Leave them. Leave them. Leave them. Leave them. Leave them. You're actually making a lot of noise that'll upset the audience listening at home.
Why?
I'll have to try and work that out. Right. Start second half. I know it's early still. There's a third of the game to go, just under. But I do think if we lose this one, that's kind of game over for our title hopes. I still want to finish top 2 or 3, but we'd be up against it if we don't at least get the draw. We need to win. Oh, Marcola. Oh. Shot. Oh.
Strike. We're on.
Kind of would have. Oh, God.
We're on one side.
Like there's a hole as big. Oh, no. Oh, that's diabolical.
Yes.
But look like that.
That's
It might
so close.
look like that might be the thing that gets us through. Yeah, honestly, I'd rather lose 3 or 4-1 the way we're playing than 2-1.
Oh.
Because at least we could use that as a wake-up call. They're not playing well.
They're not playing well. Why? A yellow card
They just
from
aren't.
Marcola, a yellow card.
Yeah, thank you. Marcool is down to a 6.3. Just diabolical.
On one
I think
side.
we're going to have to... Oh, God. Come on. Win the ball.
Yes.
Oh, don't even have time to see how bad we are. Oh, no. That's it. Marcool is gone. That's got to be a fine. This is atrocious. This is our worst performance in months.
A red card, no.
So who's being bad?
Yeah.
Mansali's not great, so we'll take off Mansali and we'll go 3 at the back, because that's probably a great idea. With Panning Kangas. Ugh.
Better so.
Let's go with no nonsense. Stopper. So put you center.
So this.
Be better if with 9 in there, maybe. Nah, not at all.
Oh.
Oh, Mantila.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, we can put on. He's really bad.
I mean, Shalman's performance has shrunk as well. Guevara's not been great. Let's go very attacking. Like I said, I'd rather lose by a bigger score. Take the tempo down a little bit. More expressive. Wait, what is that? Stop. Ball into box. Oh yeah, slightly more direct. Early crosses, shoot on sight.
We're
Fingers
getting to the
out of there.
goalkeeper's hands now.
Do you need to go to the toilet? Are you sure?
I'm not sure.
Then go to the toilet just to be sure.
I'm sure I don't need to.
Okay. That wasn't a good use of resources or time. I got 2 players off the field who are both 6.3, so that's good. It's not like we're... I was going to say, it's not like we've got players who, as a matter of course, are staying in their positions. This is diabolical. How are they composed and motivated? They don't look it. I'm just going to demand more. Not really an awful lot I can do. It's 3-1 down. I expect it to be 5-1 at this rate. Yeah, we need to be careful now, but you know, no, let's not worry about that. Let's at least try to score a goal. Who's so bad they're coming off? You know, I might put Shalman up front and throw on the young kid.
Throw on another yellow card.
Oh God, here comes 4-1. Oh god, what have they done formation wise? 4-3-1-2. No, they've made a sub. They're going more attacking. Get away. Montiel has been booked to make that change. Could you actually sit up? Thank you. So let's see what we can do here. Put Shalman up front. Take off Sheriff. Give a debut to the kid. He was meant to be coming on if we were coasting. He's coming on because we're not.
Great. This kid's coming on. I can't believe he's a kid.
Right. Okay. We'll go wider with the width.
Oh man. The goalkeeper's up there to defend him. Why do I want to
Let's get stuck in. Maybe we can injure a few of them and put them out of the next game. Let's see. They're probably playing nobodies for the next 25 games. Okay.
Confirmed change.
Let's see what we got. Hard but fair. Now we're just going to go hard. Petrovic. I don't know how Petrovic has stayed in the squad. Weaker side. Well, I'm pleased we stopped Silverholt for the most part.
Why did you glad we stopped Silverholt?
Good question. Right. Let's see.
What?
Give team talk. Can't play an actual game. He seems relaxed. That's good. Good for him. I hope he's a nice time and scores like a hat trick.
Yellow card for them?
Yep. Might as well focus on that. And see if we can do any damage.
Yeah.
What's this guy at? Right. Footed. Middling composure. Now, to be honest, we were expected to finish like 6th or something like that, and I run that team ragged, so I can't really complain. Yeah, we've brought on the young fella. Thank you, Redmond, for your great excitement. He's 16, so. Can we win the header? No, we can't. We cannot win a header unless we can be guaranteed to pass it to the opposition.
Pass to the goalkeeper.
We're going to give it straight to him. Okay, Kapanen. Had a couple of games in a row. Not getting another one for a little while. Chalman's going to have to run around for no. Oh, come on, Cammy, you won the header. And who's that? Who's it go? It isn't Favara, is it? It's Mkhitaryan. Didn't follow on. This is not a team that looks like it deserves to go
well
into Europe.
Yes.
You know, this is a home game. We're doing diddly squat.
We're doing. I'm switching on and switching off for that.
So I think. Why not? I'm actually not even going to worry about
Aspirin.
He's worth a ton. Sending low crosses. More caution.
Here's the young kid. Here's the Bummer.
He's 16 years old. He's going to be dispossessed, is he?
6 years old.
Just 16. Oh, good.
Number 8.
At least, oh good, that gets to Cunningus. Somebody who can play, maybe. Maybe will. Showman! Oh! That looked so good. 10 minutes. If he'd scored that, we could have a really exciting last bit end of the game. I know this isn't what you want to do, but I really would like to be able to watch some of the game. Right, let's focus on the opposition. Let's get our finger out and stop misery moaning. I'm astonished Petrovic is still on.
Did you say that? Come on.
Right, put him on the left. Let's go hard on him.
Hard.
Thank you. Okay. And Shazam.
Shazam and who else?
Come here. Holds up numbers board. Oh yeah. Unpause the game. Making tactical changes. Here we're actually playing better now, but in many ways no differently than we had for almost all of the game. Oh god, it's Cammy on his own.
Then the boy.
Oh, here comes number 4. Oh! Oh, god. That's, of course. Of course. That's own goals in 2 of the last 3 games from quality midfielders. Stupid, dribbly own goals. There's 4-1. We can surely get a 5th in before the end, can we? Get back. In the name of God, let me occasionally see the game. The VAR's on a 6.2.
What's that?
Oh, come on. A red card, a straight red. Brilliant. Fan-blooming-tastic. Let's push Nyman up in the middle. Might as well not be good there, not be good elsewhere. So we have 6-2, 6-2, 6-4, 6-1, 6-2, 6-3 from Markula. What did Cunningus have before he got sent off? 6-4.
Great.
Our best players are goalkeeper, Pitcairn, and the guy who actually scored. Go on, get the 5th. I regret nothing, but kind of wouldn't have liked us to be so far back, to lose so badly at home, especially when we had such a good long run of unbeaten.
Fine, let's lose by a lot of goals.
There's 5. How do I say it? You guys are diabolical. Disenchanted, nervous, motivated. 5.9. God. I can't get 6 surely.
You can get 6.
At this point. Although we are working towards that. Capone. I think we have to break out aggressive for this. This is awful. Why have they been louder than us all game as well? Let me see. I want to see. This has been one of the more surprising results I've seen. I was expecting a close match, and they've run out comfortable winners. Players look shell-shocked at the end. I'm not sure they knew what hit them. Okay, you go to the toilet, because I know that's what you needed to do, and you wouldn't do. I wish you wouldn't lie to me about that.
And we lost now.
And he goes to announce everything to everybody, because I have no secrets anymore. Redmond tells everything to everybody. Look at that. That's diabolical. That is literally diabolical. 5.9 and 6.0. 2 6.1s. 6.3. 2 6.3s. A 6.4. Another couple of 6.3s. 6.5. What? Ugh, I have no idea. Anyway, I'll dress these guys down. See, let's see before you go what the aggressive response of that was unacceptable, that you couldn't get a win. Yeah, you'd want to be fired up. I'm extraordinarily disappointed. Okay. 2 red cards. We finish with humiliation. 2 red cards. I mean, we were losing already, but oh god, shocking. Not good, not good. And himself is running off desperately and bravely to make sure everybody knows my humiliation. God help us if this was something that mattered, you know? Because he'd be the first person to tell everybody everything. This is what children are. They're there for you to be unimpressed when you do well, and when you do badly, they will make a point of driving that nail in. Banned for match, banned for match. 5-star triumph. Kuninga set for pay increase after that performance. Guevara reveals fury. Absolutely furious, and let them know no in certain terms. Okay, anyway, that's enough for now. Hope you revelled in my humiliation. I know that sounds odd, but I can actually dig on that gig. Because, we haven't lost for ages in the league. I think the last time we lost was like the first episode I did, or maybe the second episode I did. Where are we going schedule wise? Yeah, we got that loss against Dynamo. Just look at that. That goes all the way back to SJK. Yeah, we've lost 3. That's our 4th defeat in the league. A 3-2, a 2-1, a 2-1, and a 5-1. We've rode our luck in some of these games. Like the SJK one, definitely. 5-1. Mother of God. So, presumably I don't take completely to drink to obliterate my sorrows. Oh yeah. After the Ilves game, we actually have a midweek off. How about that? Players might get a chance to rest and recuperate. I'm going to come back for the TPS game, because we've talked about Espoo, and we've talked about Tampere, we've talked about Kemi, and oh god, we've got Mariehamn coming up again. I don't think we've talked about VPS, so they'll probably be a team that we want to watch in action. But next one is going to be TPS. I got 2 games to hopefully fix things, because we can't lose to TPS again. Folks, it's been horrible. I really hope you liked it. I'll see yous next time. Bye.